Well, hello my YouTube friends. Tonight it is my pleasure to present you a new acquisition of mine, as if it was a surprise, a Terzuola. This is the Eagle Rock, and this is nothing less than the prototype of this feature that I love above all, the low profile flipper tab. As I already stated in a previous video of mine, Bob Terzuola is, to me, the master's master. Look at that first. Boom! Yes, so that guy, you know him very well. He started making knives in the 80s. I mean, he's, oh man, one of the best maker ever existed. He wrote literally the book of how to make the tactical knives. He will stay in the history with Bob Loveless probably, and Tom Mayo and a couple of others as one of the most important figure in knife making. And I am proud to be a true amateur, and this is not pride, but actually I'm proud of the collection that I acquired in time, and especially this one. As you can see here, it's the LPF low profile flipper tab prototype. So as I said, Bob is always reinventing. I mean, I'm rambling, I told that already, but as I said, he's not only the master's master, but every time he's coming with something new. And again, some years ago, he didn't think that flipper were really safe, so he didn't make them. But eventually, he increased his detent, and he started making flippers, and I would say a year ago, he came with this. So we spoke about that. I spoke about that actually on another video. This is what you need if you want to put a flipper tab. No more than that. That's just silly to put big flipper tabs that are protrusive, that sorry about that, that serves no other purpose than being ugly. That's why Stan Whitson, that I absolutely adore, created his non-flipper flipper. I mean, he came with all, you know, trials and tribulation to invent like bolster that, you know, flip on this side and disengage the lock on the other side. Man, it's mechanically something crazy just because he didn't want something to be protrusive out of a knife. And man, do I understand his feeling. So without being protrusive, this one actually was the first one. The second one, or even less, because I had actually the second or the third one that he did, and I traded it to a great friend of mine, but I'm crying and I'm mourning ever since, so I needed to get another one. And what other one? Because this one is, as I told you, the prototype. Nothing less than that. So with the new one, the flipper tab is even less protrusive. I mean, this is the first that he made. On the new one is more rounded here, so it follows the curve of the handle, and it has like jimping all around from here to here. Okay, so you have the traction on all the jimping, and it works perfectly well. On this one is a little bit more protrusive, but yet the name is not non-protrusive flipper tab, it's just low profile flipper tab, which it is actually. Look at that, it's absolutely perfect. And if you just question how it works, look at that, boom, that's it. And I can do that like 100 times. Listen, this is absolutely perfection, and no more than that is needed when you want to make a flipper tab. And look at that. So here it's not protrusive, not a lot, but look at that. Here it's not even, you don't even see it because it follows the line perfectly here of the handle. This is absolutely genius. It's almost, yeah, over 4 minutes now that I'm rambling, but this is the most important. I mean, in this video, this is what I want to show you. The genius of a man who is, I'm not going to say his age, but a true reference in knife making that is able to invent something like that. To me, it's even better than the, you know, the LPS, the the flipper tab, you know, the retractable flipper tab that Gustavo Cecchini did. Of course, it's better than the kickstop. I'm not a huge fan of the kickstop, to be honest with you, because the kickstop, when it's open, you don't see the flipper tab because it stays here. If you haven't seen how the kickstop from Lee Williams work, actually it's a separate piece here. When that is protrusive, so it's ugly when it's closed. But the thing is that when you press it, it will align here on the back, and you won't see it when it's open. But when it's closed, it's gonna be ugly because you're gonna still have the flipper tab, which is absolutely ugly to me, even if I love flippers, as you probably know. So this is, sorry about the cough, this is to me exactly what I wanted and what I was craving, people being able to make small flipper tab like that. Genius. Better than the kickstop, better than to me, better than, not mechanically, I mean mechanically, and of course the non-flipper from Stan Wilson is absolute genius, but the idea and the more simple the better. So as I said, this is even less protrusive on the new one, and I'm telling you, I tried now 2 of them, and they must have, I don't know, I would say 4 or 5, no more than that. So I tried both of them, 2 of them, and I can tell you that works perfectly well. Absolutely insane. So now let's talk about the knife. This is the regular, you know, shape of the Eagle Rock, which I just adore. So this is the package that you're gonna get, usually a backspacer. In this case, it's gonna be zirconium. I love his work on the anodization. Look at this brown bronze, I would say, anode on the liners. Absolutely fantastic. I love also the contouring on the backspacer. Look at that. Just beautiful. Look at the line here. Just fantastic. I love, absolutely love his work. Now, what is to say about this piece of marble carbon fiber? Simply mesmerizing. You don't need anything else. I didn't want to have any bolster, or the choice of using only this big piece of marble carbon fiber is fantastic. The usual clip, you know, not a lot of tension, but I like this clip actually. You see, it's a kind of, I wouldn't say flimsy, you know, but it's lacking of retention, but it's enough. I mean, this won't, you know, fall from your pocket, and I just adore that you don't see the hardware here. So yeah, I love the line of the Eagle Rock. I love this clip. I love these knives. As you can expect, the centering is absolutely spot on. As I told you also, he increased dramatically his detent. Of course, the early build, and I can tell you firsthand, that the early build have not the best detent in the world. Now look at this one. I mean, that won't open for sure. Sorry about the... oh, that won't open. That's one of the best detent you can ever imagine. That's a flipping detent. And yet, look at that. Smooth as silk. You don't feel the detent breaking when you operate it. Look at that. Boom! That's just phenomenal. Look at this engagement now. You know, on this one I would say it's pretty early if you consider that Bob usually likes to have his lock like, I would say 40-50%. This one is pretty early, but absolutely secured, very secured. Absolutely no movement whatsoever, front to front, side to side. It's just absolutely perfect, as you can expect from Bob. Now, that was for the handle. The air goes on those Eagle Rock is just fantastic. I just love that. It's on the big side. You know, I've got large hands, extra large hands, and this is a big knife, consistent knife. I mean, the blade length is 4 inch, so it's a consistent knife, but it carries perfectly well in the pocket. Only zirconium on the back spacer. This is titanium on the clip, so it's a lightweight knife also because of the carbon fiber. Very DC friendly. I mean, I carried it today because I received it today, and it's just a perfect knife to carry. No lanyard hole, but I couldn't care less. Actually, I like that. On the other one that I had, he did the lanyard hole here, which is also something very modern that he just recently done on the latest one. So now let's talk about the blade. This blade is just, man, the duplex grind. To me, the grind of Bob Terzuola are just what made it for me. You know me, my friend, I'm all about the grinds, all about the blades, and this is just the thing that I adore the more. First of all, his finish. This finish is something very unique. It's not a stone wash. It's not a satin. It's a process that only I have seen only doing by him. It's absolutely fantastic. It's really shiny. It's in between the satin and the stone wash. I wouldn't know how to describe it better. So this also, so that's for the finish. Now look at this beautiful grind. Of course the video is in 2D, so you wouldn't tell, but here you have a hollow. Okay, here that's a duplex grind. Here you have a hollow also. You have here the cut. You have this beautiful fuller here. The flat is here, and here look at this delicate swedge that you have here. This is simply fantastic grind. And of course you will have the same on the other side. And as you can expect, this will be absolutely perfectly aligned and symmetrical on both sides. That's simply surgical precision, absolutely magnificent. I could live without the LPF prototype here written, but you know, who cares? It doesn't spoil the pleasure of this fantastic blade. Fantastic, absolutely fantastic. So that's great for EDC. Something you can address, you see, when you see the hole, the detent hole here. Some might not like it, but you know, for a flipper, it's kind of hard to hide it. But not that much, actually. I don't know. To me, that would be the only thing that I would address to Bob. Bob, please, if you can deal and just make it the I don't know what to do. I'm no knife maker by no means, but I'm sure that it's not going to be really difficult to hide this hole here. I know that for the non-flipper, you don't see it. But with the flipper one, you see it. So there is, of course, a mechanical reason for that, probably because of the flipper, but man, I would live without that. Other than that, this knife is just fantastic for me. I'm sorry to use only you know, superlatives like that, but hopefully I did something else than using only superlatives, and I tried to hopefully to share with you what I love about this knife. I didn't talk about the jimping, but the jimping is, yeah, I would say fine. Not the best in the world, but it's fine. It gives you some traction here, and that's fine. This is a great knife for EDC. The edge is also fine. It's not razor sharp, but that's enough for me. Now the action, look at that. Smooth as butter. Smooth as butter. Look at it. Boom. And the lock has no stiffness whatsoever. Try to hear that. Nothing. Now look at that. Boom. It's sucked inside. So to me, that's what I call perfect. You know, I absolutely hate when you let the blade fall down and it falls with its own weight. You know, I like to just, you know, stimulate it a little bit like that and have a really nice detent, as you can hear, like that. Look at that. This is what I love. This is the ratio that I love the most. I've said it and I say it again. What I like is to have the blade that will not fall like a guillotine. What I like is not to feel the detent breaking when you flip it like that. Usually when the detent is really strong, you feel it, and it's really annoying. Also on the other side, when you disengage the blade, I absolutely hate when you feel the detent ball when you pass it, you know. A lot of knives, when you pass it here, you have like a step, you know, to cross in order to disengage the blade. On this one, nothing alike. So this is what I like. This action, this, you know, blade that falls like that, not by its own weight, and not feeling the detent ball breaking on each side. So this is just simply a perfect knife for me. I hope that you will like it. If you have a way to find a low-profile flipper tab or any knife from Bob Terzuola, you will get not only pieces of history, but you will get phenomenal knife, and I should say, awesome knives. My friends, I'll catch you very soon for another video. Bye-bye.